The Arlington Million moving its tack, if you will, to Churchill Downs for the first time and renewed for the first time in 2 years. Not run last year as Arlington Park shuttered by Churchill Downs. Now Churchill keeps the Arlington Million in its back pocket to run in Louisville in a special one-day program on Saturday. Jeff Siegel with me, Jeremy Plonk, as we preview the Arlington Million. Jeff, the Arlington Million is a race that's not like it has been in the past. And as we take a look at this year's field for the Arlington Million, the thing you're going to notice in the absentees are the Europeans here. Pretty Kentucky-flavored version of the Arlington Million.
It's $1 million race. It used to be 1.25 miles. This race is in 1.1 miles. That's as far they can run at Churchill based on the configuration of the course. And in looking at this race, this might not mean anything, Jeremy, because we're looking at a different type of course and all that at Churchill. But Set Piece, who's won 4 out of 5 over the grass at Churchill, we'll see how he reacts to this newer type of grass at course that they're running. But I do like him here, and I like him because he's working really well. This is him with a Wesley Ward team. He's going to rally 3 wide. I think this actually wasn't necessarily planned. That's a very good sprinter in the middle. The rest be red, Overbore on the inside. And Jeremy, I love the way Set Piece breezing through the lane goes by them both. This tells me that he is absolutely spot on.
Yeah, he is. And for those listening to our podcast on the audio version, be sure to check out the video version of our podcast here each week as we include some workout video from XBTV and some race replays as well. Those of you following along on the video see a good work there from Set Piece. And Jeff, I think in this race, which is our Express Bet race of the week, and you can download that on the Express Bet newsletter each week and check it out in the blog section, expressbet.com. I wrote it up as a nice pace setup for Set Piece. I think he gets a lot of speed in this race. You've got Smooth Like Straight and Mega City, who are absolute front runners in here. And I think Mega City, Smooth Like Straight are probably best right around the mile. So they're extending to the 1 1/8, whereas the 1 1/4 and longer horse is kind of cutting back. This race should set up for them pretty well. Set Piece is a horse who's good at 1 mile from off the pace. He's good at a little bit longer distance from off the pace. I think he gets a great setup. He gets to save ground. Then they're going to run on the hedge, which is a different scenario for the Arlington Million than it'll be for the Beverly D earlier in the card, where a temporary rail is going to be out. The turf course at Churchill Downs has not been used since early June. At the end of the racing meet at Churchill in the spring, they scrapped turf racing because the course was not taking hold. They still don't think the course is taking hold the way they want it to be, because there were supposed to be 4 turf races. The Secretariat and other races to pucker up were supposed to be on this card. They were canceled because they don't think they can handle 4 turf races in a day. There's only going to be 2 turf races on Saturday. So how the course plays is going to be very interesting. The fact that the rail will be out for the Beverly D means the course will be untouched on the inside when they run the Arlington Million, and down on the hedge, Set Piece, he's going to get clean turf down there. It's just a matter of what kind of trip that he gets from well off the pace. But I like Set Piece in here. Sacred Life's in the race for Chad Brown. Smooth Like Straight, a horse very well from the West Coast. And Michael McCarthy's shipped this horse around the country. He's run well at Keeneland as well. Outside of Set Piece, Jeff, where do you see the major threats in this year's Arlington Million?
Well, Smooth Like Straight is a quality horse. He just hasn't been able to win very often lately, and he's running well. But that last 16th of a mile, the last 50 yards seems to get to him. So, but in looking at Set Pace, one thing I'd like the viewers to do if they have time is to go back and watch the Forbidden Apple. He was 5th that day, beaten 3 1/4 lengths. That was his most recent start. That race coming off a win in the dinner party at Pimlico. And poor Set Piece, he was absolutely buried behind horses from the top of the stretch to the late stretch. And he had nowhere to go, and he was blocked. And when he finally got clear, he really quickened. So he had plenty of run. He was too late. So actually, Set Piece ran just as well in the Forbidden Apple as he had done in the dinner party. And with clear sailing in this race, I really think Set Piece is gonna get up there. So that's a major play. And he's 4 to 1 in the morning line for me. I will take it.
I'm with you on that. I've got him and maybe Smooth Like Straight underneath in the exacta, but build off that win bet. I think Set Piece is going to be good value to play straight up in the win pool. And if you're betting Saturday, the Churchill Downs card includes $10,000 in hit and split promotions when you play on the First Bet and Express Bet platforms. That means if you hit the late pick 4, the middle pick 4, or the late pick 5, there's going to be extra cash in your account. Not only will you get the pari-mutuel winnings, but you'll split with other winners just on the First Bet and Express Bet platforms who also hit. The late pick 4 on Saturday at Churchill that includes the finale, the Arlington Million, is a $5,000 hit and split in the late pick 4. Again, only when you play on First Bet and Express Bet. Good incentives to play on the platforms there. Also, $2,500 hit and splits on Churchill's middle pick 4 Saturday and their late pick 5. Again, that late pick 5 will conclude with the Arlington Million, which will be the final